Here's a tough one, and it's an Ask Liz question from a guy named Joe Borsini, because he's interested in Alibaba, and he says, what do you think of an Alibaba IPO, a buy or a pass?
Well, I have no idea what it should be for him. I can't recall when I bought an IPO, literally, in 50 years. Maybe I have, but I don't ever recall.
Why not?
Well, it's very seldom that an IPO, by design, it is going to be priced at something I understand anyway, at a bargain price. I mean, why would a seller, come to market and offer something at a bargain time? So, in fall of 2008, nobody was bringing IPOs, but that was the time to be buying stocks, So, it's never been my game to read a prospectus on something and figure that somebody's offering me a bargain.
Well, has it been Charlie's game ever to buy an IPO?
Well, we can ask him.
Let's ask Charlie. He comes in, and here comes Charlie Munger, the vice chair of Berkshire Hathaway. Welcome, Charlie.
Welcome indeed.
Thank you so much for being here. You know Alibaba, correct? I mean, you're very focused on Chinese businesses.
Warren knows more about Alibaba than I do.
What do you think of an opportunity like that? Is that something completely out of your realm for Berkshire?
Well, it's out of my realm.
Yeah, that's
somebody else in Berkshire will have to do it.
Ever bought an IPO?
Yeah, never bought one.
No. How can it be?
They don't even call us.
Yeah, but how can it be the best single thing to use your money for in a given day is something that they got everybody in the world out pushing it. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'm not saying that necessarily what we're buying is going to work out better, but there have to always be better things than one single issue. If you make one decision on investing, if you can't find something among all the choices we see that is better than something that and like I say, the commissions they've come down, I think, now on this, but I mean, the highest commission thing that a stock salesman could sell to securities was the new issue. So you have all this push behind it. We like to buy things where nobody's making a dime selling them to us.
Charlie, just specifically on some of these companies, and I won't talk about Uber versus any of the others, but a lot of these companies are coming very late in the cycle. They've had massive private capital that's been put to work to this point, and they still have massive losses and the need for more capital.
It's even worse than that. Some of them have preference for each round, and so the rounds aren't really fair rounds. There's a lot of lying in modern finance.
So you're not in favor of any of these big...
I don't like lying.
What do you think of these? I ask this because we have a lot of retail investors who watch and who are looking at this and they feel the excitement behind it.
Well, you get any wonderful advice from us about buying IPOs?
Whenever you buy a stock, let's say you're buying General Motors, 1.4 billion shares out. We'll say the stock's 40, it's a little below that. You should be able to take out a one-page sheet of paper and say, I am buying the General Motors company at $56 billion because. And if you can't answer that question, if you can't write that out, then you'll go on to something else. And if you're buying Berkshire, you have to say, I am buying Berkshire Hathaway at $500 billion because. And if the answer isn't something you can write, you can't say I'm buying it because my neighbor thinks it's going to go up or because, everybody's talking about it on CNBC this morning or whatever it may be.
Or I like to ride around an Uber.
Yeah. No. That's the question you answer. Now, when you buy groceries, buy everything else, you can answer that question. But if you can't answer it on something that you're involving your savings of many years for, why in the world why should you be doing it?